everybody, it's Amanda, and today I am sharing with you my recipe for raw vegan gingerbread cookies for the 12 days of dehydrating. So one of the great things about having a dehydrator is that you have the option of having some raw food, which a lot of folks, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of folks enjoy food that's raw or not cooked because of the benefits of getting the extra nutrients, right? So anything that is heated to 120 degrees or less is considered raw, because if you think about it, around the world, the temperature can naturally get up to, 120-ish degrees. So that's just something that's in the regular natural state, up to 120 degrees. After that, it's considered a cooked food. So with your dehydrator, you can have something that's dried out and got the texture of something that's been cooked, but still has the nutritional benefits of something that is raw. And it's just an option for you if you are trying to, change the way that you eat to maybe get more nutrients, to kind of process your food that way so that you're getting as much as you can, the good things from it. And the great thing is, when we're talking about a gingerbread cookie, which isn't a super, it's not a super healthy option. It's got some sugar in it, but you still get the benefit of all of the natural raw ingredients. So you can tell yourself, hey, this is healthier. Plus, you might have someone in your family who is really trying to eat a particular diet because they have special health needs and they're kind of feeling left out, not getting any special treats. And this might be a treat that would work for them. So I'm going to show you my raw vegan gingerbread cookies, and it's really, really simple, just a few ingredients. You're going to mix the dry, mix the wet, and then put it on the dehydrator for a while, and then you're going to have a really great cookie. And even if you aren't raw vegan, you're going to appreciate it because it tastes good. So I'm going to show you how I made these raw vegan gingerbread cookies, and you can give them a try. So the first thing that you need to do is make your almond flour, and it's really simple. All you're going to do is pour your almonds into your coffee grinder, and you want to make sure your coffee grinder is capable of handling nuts, because nuts can have a little oil in them and make them sticky. So you want to make sure you're pulsing them a few times just so they don't kind of gum up the works with the oil. But it works really fine in most coffee grinders. You can see right here we have really great almond flour, and it turns out well. I do take it and pour it into the lid of my coffee grinder, just because, as you can see, there are some almond pieces, and you want to get those thick almond pieces out before you measure your flour. So once I take the thick pieces out, I pour it into my jar, and you're going to want 1 cup of almond flour. And then you're going to make oat flour in the exact same way. I have already made some here, and I pour it into my mason jar as well. I find that a pint-sized mason jar works really well, because then I can measure 2 cups really easily together. So I'm just going to put a few little extra handfuls of oats into my coffee grinder and pulse it yet again and make more oat flour. And that should be the perfect amount for this recipe. What I'm left with is 1 cup of oat flour right at the top. You can see it nice and white. And then at the bottom is 1 cup of almond flour. Then I have a 1/2 cup of sugar. You can use cane sugar like I have, or coconut sugar. Then you're going to have a 1/4 cup maple syrup. You can also use coconut nectar. Then you want some freshly grated ginger, about 2 teaspoons. Then 2 teaspoons blackstrap molasses, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1 teaspoon cloves, and a 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg. So the first thing we're going to do is mix our dry ingredients together. I have a bowl, and I'm going to pour in the flour first, then my sugar, and then my grated ginger. And then I add all my spices on top, and we'll stir that. And then we'll add our liquid ingredients. It might not seem like very much as you start stirring it, but it will come together in a nice moist ball, and you can kind of see how it looks, kind of almost the texture of brown sugar. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take our dough that we made and I'm going to lay it out flat. I'm going to put it on some parchment paper so it doesn't stick on the counter. And what you can do is you can just cut it in squares. You can use a shape cutter. Since I'm doing gingerbread, I have a little tiny gingerbread man, and cut it out. And then you're going to place it on the dehydrating tray. So let me do that. I'll show you what it looks like and then we'll get it started. So this is what it looks like, and my hands got very sticky, so what I decided to do was I put a piece of parchment over and I started rolling it out with a rolling pin. So from here I'm actually going to start cutting these out, and just you're going to need to wiggle them a little bit, and then I'm going to be putting them on the dehydrator tray. Now, because these are so sticky and because they're a little bit moist, I don't want them to fall through the holes. The holes on the dehydrator are kind of large. So I've traced around my dehydrator tray, and I have cut some parchment paper. Well, I will cut some parchment paper, and I'm going to put it on here. And when I put it on here, I'm going to need to actually poke holes in the parchment paper to go with these holes, so there's some aeration. But I'm going to put the little gingerbread men on here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, so I have 2 trays on here. Marquise, help me with this. Just pull it straight up. There we go. So there's one tray. Put that on. And then there's the second tray, which I got more full. And then the third tray, yeah, you put that on for me. Okay. And this one, I had just a little bit left, and it was hard to get more shaped cookies out of the last little bit, so I just made them into circles and put them on there. So I am going to turn this on, and we want it to be on 105 degrees. So if you have one with the temperature reading 105, this one low is 120, so we're going to put it a little bit below low, and that's to keep it in the raw state. So I'm going to turn it on for 6 hours, and then we're going to take it off the parchment paper and put it on the straight on the dehydrator until it is completely done. Okay, I might have taken a little nap while I was waiting, but I got up and it had been 6 hours, so I went ahead and took my little gingerbread people off of the parchment paper and put them straight on the dehydrator tray like I mentioned. So I'm going to let them continue to dry out. I did taste them, by the way, and because these are raw, they're meant to be eaten raw, you can eat them. You can even eat the dough. There's nothing in it that's going to hurt you. So I went ahead and took a little nibble of some, and it's delicious, guys. Very sweet, very good. So anyway, I'm going to let this continue to dry out so it gets that, because it's still kind of soft and chewy, so it gets that nice crispy texture that we want, and then it'll be ready. Okay, so it is the next morning, and we have dried these out for just about 24 hours. If you don't hear Brianna, she's pulling some biscuits out of the oven, but she made breakfast. So we have the gingerbread men right here, and I'm just going to show you. Look how cute. Is that adorable? Now these are still kind of bendy, and the thing is that they're you could leave it in a lot longer if you would like to make sure that they dry out mostly completely, but they have so much like sticky things in them, it's going to take a little while. It also depends on how thick you make them. So it depends on how you like them. I like them just a little bit chewy. It's like, you know, do you like chewy Chips Ahoy or do you like regular crunchy Chips Ahoy? So anyway, you dry it to your taste. But if you eat these, just so you know, you don't need to add any icing to them. They are very sweet. In addition to that, they are a little spicy, like in a good way. Like they taste like ginger. You can taste it, and it's in the cinnamon and the cloves, and it's really, really good, and it tastes really fresh in a completely different way than any other gingerbread that you've ever had. But at the same time, it tastes just like gingerbread. So anyway, this is really, really good. So I'm going to put them on a pretty plate, and we're going to enjoy them today. If the softer they are, the less long they will last. I probably would store these in the fridge for a couple of days if they last that long, because they never ever do in this house. If you're giving them as a gift and you want them to last a week or longer, you do want to dry them out completely. Put them in a glass mason jar or something and just stack them in there, and they'll be so, so cute. Put a little ribbon on it. It'd be adorable. All right, so I just want to show you some options here for packaging up your gingerbread men if you are giving them as a gift. So first of all, I have a really cute little mason jar, and I just put a little doily around it and tied a little bow on it, and I think this is a really cute way to give it away. But I also have this little really cute little round box that I got at Dollar Tree for $1. So super inexpensive, and this can be reused too if someone else wants to do it as a gift. And then also, these are at Dollar Tree. This is just a little gift bag, and it's got little dancing bears on it, and it's cute, and it also could be reused. Somebody could use it for a lunch bag or something. These come in a package of several for $1, so it's even less expensive. All of those are inexpensive ways to package them up so that you can serve them. And this is a nice little plate for, you know, for people who want to leave cookies out for someone special. So anyway, that is my raw vegan gingerbread cookies. Don't forget to check out Lisa from Sutton's Days. She'll have tomorrow's video. I'm going to link to her channel at the top. And I'm also going to link down in the description box Tangi from Freedom Homestead and Darcy from the Purposeful Pantry, who have been working here with the 12 Days of Dehydrating this last few days. So you want to check out all of the videos. I have a playlist too that'll be linked at the top and at an end card if you want to just check out all the videos. We've got some really great stuff happening, and I'm really enjoying playing with my dehydrator. So anyway, come back on Sunday because I will be sharing with you Candied Ginger, another holiday favorite, and it's just going to be a good time. So anyway, that's it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.